It's my pleasure to be here today to talk with a former co-worker and outstanding young lawyer, Kolby Reddish. Kolby, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself, where you were born and raised, that sort of thing.
Thank you. Well, I was born in Pocatello, Idaho, and then I was raised in Nampa, Idaho, and really lived in the Treasure Valley my whole life, aside from a little bit of time outside of the state for my undergrad in Provo, Utah.
Where'd you go to law school?
So I went to the Concordia University School of Law before it closed, sadly.
During that brief window.
That's right.
So we know roughly when Concordia was operating. How long have you been practicing?
5 years this year.
Wow, that's hard to believe.
I know.
What areas of practice have you been involved in?
So obviously I started my career in your chambers as your clerk. After that, I moved to the Ada County Prosecuting Attorney's Office and did about 10 months as a prosecutor there. After that, I moved to the Attorney General's office and spent some time with the Tax Commission, really learning about property tax and other state and local taxes. I did a brief stint with the Criminal Appellate Law Division, and now I am the Legislative Legal Counsel in Legislative Services.
This is probably an unfair question. Which of those jobs did you enjoy the most?
Well, obviously the one I have right now. No, I think, and I've told people this all the time. I mean, one of the reasons I asked you to be in this video with me is because my time as a clerk in your chambers was really formative to my legal philosophy. I really appreciate the judiciary's way of coming at problems, which is just completely objective, and I also appreciated the time as a clerk that I had to research down every single rabbit hole. So that was probably my favorite, was my time as a clerk.
Well, thank you for not mentioning the dartboard in the Chiefs conference room where we really sort out the difficult issues. Why don't you tell us a little bit about your family?
So my wife, Cammie, and I have been married for 10 years this year. We met really in Arizona and then dated a little bit at BYU. And then I have 3 kids. Link is my oldest, and he's 8. He's into soccer and karate and obsessed with Minecraft. And then I have 2 daughters, Lily, who is my little dancer, determined dancer, and Evie is our baby. She's 3.
I know you're involved in a host of outside activities. Could you tell us about some of those?
Sure. So I am the chair of the Government and Public Sector Lawyers section right now because they got to the bottom of the barrel and needed someone to chair the section. And that's been a really great experience. But ever since I was a law student, I've been really involved in Attorneys for Civic Education. And I'm one of the co-chairs of that organization as well. I'm also a member of the Inns of Court here in Boise. And yeah, I just really believe in that lawyers have a special duty to help make Idaho a better place. And I think all of those organizations help with that.
Who have you looked to as a role model or mentor in your career?
I had a lot of really great professors at Concordia. So a few that come to mind, Chad DeVoe, I served as his research assistant for a few years, and he no longer teaches, but he taught constitutional law and really helped. I think he was one of my really formative professors. Tennille Fordyce Ruff was another one that was very formative for me. Other people that I really look up to and have been formative for me are the judges that I've worked around. So yourself, when I was a prosecutor, I prosecuted most in front of Judge Dave Manweiler, and he really taught me to be prepared, to be on time, to be professional, and I think really helped me see how much power prosecutors have in the courtroom, and that was also really formative to me.
This is your opportunity to share either an amusing anecdote or an important experience that you've had in the profession. Is there a particular story you'd like to share?
Thinking about a funny story from my time at the prosecutor's office, there's so many, but one of the ones that really stands out to me was I worked a case with a pro se defendant who believed, she was an immigrant from another country, and she believed that the entire system was in some grand conspiracy against her. And it was really just a struggle of understanding. But I took my time to explain the charges to her. It was just a minor misdemeanor charge. And later, after she pled guilty to that charge and it moved forward, she ended up suing everyone along the system, the judge, the other prosecutor's office, the police officer, but in her filing, she called me a very nice boy. So I like that somewhere in the Supreme Court's file, somewhere on that case, I'm referenced as a very nice boy.
AKA defendant.
Yeah.
Well, thank you very much, Kolby.
Thank you.
And congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you so much.